Hello everyone. Today we will discuss about session hijacking. Actually, what is session hijacking? Session hijacking is also known as sijacking. Session hijacking is an action of attacker used to take over a web session by stealing the session ID and masquerading as the user. Let's start with the protocols that been targeted by the attacker. First protocol is the Transmission Control Protocol, TCP. Second protocol is the User Datagram Protocol, UDP. The last protocol is Hypertext Transfer Protocol, HTTP. Transmission Control Protocol, TCP, is an important network protocol that being used in transmission of data over network. TCP session must be established before both of the hosts are in the connection of exchange data. TCP will be used in connection between two hosts on the network via a method called TCP three-way handshake. TCP three-way handshake is ensuring the initial request is acknowledged, the data is sent and the data is acknowledged. There are three stages in TCP three-way handshake. First, the initiating hosts will send a TCP packet for requesting a new session. This packet contains initiating host's sequence number for connection, information such as a set of synchronization, SYN, flag and data about the size of the window buffer on the initiating host. Second, the target host will send a TCP packet with its own sequence number and an ACK of the initiating host's sequence number. Third, the initiating host will send an ACK that contain the target sequence number that it received. Next, User Datagram Protocol, UDP, is a TCP IP transport layer protocol that supports unreliable, connectionless communication between hosts. UDP is connection-oriented protocol for reliable packet delivery because UDP is a connectionless protocol that does not guarantee delivery of data packets between hosts. Last, Hypertext Transfer Protocol, HTTP, is a standard Internet protocol that specifies the client and server interaction processes between web browsers. There are three types of session hijacking and they are from two different levels of TCP IP protocol, which are network level and application level. TCP hijacking and UDP hijacking are covered in network level and HTTP hijacking is covered in application level. Transmission Control Protocol, TCP, hijacking happened when the TCP session hijacker planned to create a state where the client and server are unable to exchange data. The reason he does that action is he had a chance to mimic the real packets, which mean he forged the acceptable packets for both client and server. Next is User Datagram Protocol, UDP. Hijacking is mostly same as TCP hijacking. The difference between UDP hijacking and TCP hijacking is hijacker can simply forge a server reply to client UDP request before the system can respond. This is because UDP is a weak protocol that does not apply ACK or sequence number in the process of transmitting data. Hypertext Transfer Protocol, HTTP, hijacking is referred to a session hijacker who is not only tries to hijack existing session but he try to create new session by using the stolen data. Session hijacking at application level mostly will involve obtaining a valid session ID in order the session hijacker can take control on the session or making a new unauthorized session by using the session ID. The common technique used by session hijacker is Internet Protocol, IP, spoofing on the source root packets. IP spoofing is a technique used to gain unauthorized access to machine. In the case of session hijacking, the trusted host will be defined as client. Once the hijacker getting the IP address of the client, they will modify the packet header to make it look like it come from the IP address. This technique is allow the hijacker to create his own acceptable packets and inject into the TCP session. The hijacker will also specify the route that the packet will take to get to the destination IP, which refer to source routed cases. Using these source routed packets, the hijacker can route the packet to his host and fool the server and make it think it is communicating with the client. So this is the end of the presentation. Thank you.
Created using Powtoon.